Making a difference. The Douglas County Democratic Central Committee. Honoring the past. Reaching for the future. This is Democrats HQ Update with your host, Paul Belt and Nancy Epstein.
Welcome back to another edition of Democrats HQ. I'm Paul Belt. I'm the chairman of the Douglas County Democratic Central Committee, and this is Nancy Epstein, vice president of the Douglas County Democratic Central Committee, or DCC for short.
And it's already time for another show. This last month went by really fast. We had our barbecue. Big success.
It was a tremendous success. We had at least about over 100 people for sure. I don't know what the final numbers are going to be out.
No, I don't think we've tallied the final numbers yet, but we had a really good turnout considering summertime and everybody was booked and busy. But our speakers that came out were incredible.
Yes, we had Jessica Sferraza. She's a Reno City Council member, and she's running for lieutenant governor, and she kicked off our speakers for us.
She did, and I hadn't heard her speak before. I thought she was really good. She's got a lot of energy. She's going to be able to run a great campaign, and she's the first Democrat elected first woman in 40 years for one of the offices. I think was that
for the Reno City Council,
I
yes.
think, and she had been outspent like 10-1, and she kept pounding away at it. She's a really good candidate. Had some good ideas.
Yeah, we had Catherine Cortez-Masto, our Attorney General.
Showed up. Yes, that was a great surprise to see her come through, and she got up and gave a great speech, and it was nice to hear from her and what the Attorney General's office is doing and what they have coming up. And
we had two other ladies come to talk, and you would think from the offices that they hold that they would be the most boring speakers, because we had Kim Wallen as our controller. We had Kate Marshall as the treasurer. These two just really knocked the speeches out of the ballpark.
Oh, I thought they did too. And Kim Wallen was really interesting. Controller's office, I wasn't really thoroughly familiar with what the Controller's office did. Important job. And she was a very dynamic speaker, gave good information. I really appreciated meeting her because we're out and about and you run into people, we're non-Democrats in the community, and people will come up and say this or that. And a lot of it isn't always factual information, and so Kim Wallen was really good in that regard to say, tell me what it is that you're hearing and I can give you the facts on it. We can nail down the specific dollar amounts, what's going on. I know I had asked her about Governor Gibbons and appointing the person two people actually to oversee the stimulus funds. Not needed. I mean, they could have handled that with the resources that they had. And so you look at an administration saying less government and cut the funds, but they're increasing by another $500,000. That $500,000 would go a long way to fill our budget gap.
Yeah.
She was great.
Kate Marshall is always a fantastic speaker, but she took it to another level this time, and it was phenomenal. One of the best speeches I've ever seen.
Yeah, she really grabbed everybody's attention when she came out there, just boomed. And really grabbed everybody's attention and encouraged people to stay involved. That we elect our officials and then we tend to go away and they really need our support. And so you can go on the YouTube and catch the speeches and get informed. And
yeah, and that is really phenomenal, because we're sitting here talking about how great the speeches were, and people will go, oh man, I missed it. But you know,
look on the sidebar of this video for more videos of the barbecue.
Part of our barbecue this year, we've never done a mailer out to the community announcing the barbecue, and part of our mailer was also a pledge drive that we're doing. I'd have to thank some of the people have already returned their pledges for this year.
Oh, good.
And the money goes towards the 2010 election, which arguably is going to be way more important for Nevada and Nevadans than this last presidential election. Everybody got all excited about the election and had their candidates that they were backing, and it was a 2-year phenomenal run, and everybody's tired, but we have all the constitutional offices coming up for election. This whole state could change overnight, the whole party system.
Oh, it could. There's some really important elections coming up. So from our treasurer down, from the Secretary of State down, of course the governor's run, congressional run, CD2, that's a really important district for us, Assembly and Senate. It's another vital year. And so those pledges, I think, also go to support our office space.
Yes, it does. We've run all kinds of things out of this office space, and we have candidates that are come in and campaign out of this office space. Another part of this is not only electing the officials that we need, but whoever is in power at the time gets to make up all the boundaries for the next election.
Which is huge, and that really affects districts and who is able to get elected, and so it's really important that we come out, Democrats come out and support our candidates and protect districts.
Oh yeah, we need to protect districts, and the Republicans are not going to sit idly by. I've been told by other people they've already got a plan, and they're planning to be very, very aggressive this next election cycle.
So it's really important to all of you viewers out there that you send in your pledge cards, support our Democratic Central Committee so that we can maintain office space, we can support our candidates, we can organize from this facility, have a presence in downtown on the main street. It's huge. We have a lot of work to do. We need your pledges, and stay involved, folks.
Those of you that couldn't attend the barbecue, we have a couple of events upcoming. We have a joint DCDW and DCC Christmas party coming in December. And also, we have our Keep Nevada Blue dinner in January, which previously had been Turn Nevada Blue dinner. And this year,
we were so successful, we have to keep it.
Yeah, we have to keep it. And we're actually kind of more of a purple state, and we really want to turn it a solid blue. Last year's dinner is also on the YouTube site. We had some phenomenal speeches, and one of the big highlights was Barbara Buckley gave a rousing speech, and she's going to be running for governor this year. So
she's a great candidate to get behind and support. I know Mr. Reed is also expressed interest, and I don't know if they've officially announced. Everybody is considering their run, and I don't know if they're categorizing it as an exploratory phase, but they're expected to officially announce. But it's nice to have access to these candidates, and we're so fortunate to have this kind of access where you can go up and have a conversation with them, ask your questions. It's really rare. When you look at some of the folks in California, and they don't have that kind of access at all. When they come over here, they're really excited about it.
I know. I moved to Nevada from Arizona, and I never saw any of our big candidates. And you could come to our dinner in January and actually be Last year we seated, I think, important candidates at every table, I believe.
We did, so it's nice you can visit and get to know them on a personal level as well as, beyond as a candidate and elected official.
Living like I did in Arizona, I saw John McCain once from a long ways away, and
with binoculars.
And yeah, you don't, like here, you can go walk right up to the candidates and talk to them about your issues or ask them questions, and they're really personable. Nevada is very lucky to have this type of intimacy with their political candidates.
Oh, it is. And I think the speakers we had from Catherine Cortez-Masto, Kim Wallen, Kate Marshall, and Jessica Sefaraza, all of them really enjoyed meeting the constituents, talking to people, and they spent quite a bit of time there. They spoke with everybody that was at the barbecue, I think, and there was no rushing through. It wasn't a formal thing. It was a really good listening opportunity for them, and they appreciated getting input.
Yeah, and that's unique. Other states, they're there to speak at 10 to 10:10, on the schedule,
yes.
And then they're whisked into their car and they're off, and you never see them again.
I know.
And these candidates stay behind and talk to people almost at every event.
They spent quite a long time, a number of hours there, so it was great, and hopefully we can expect the same from our dinners, our Keep Nevada Blue dinner, and then the Christmas party. It's hard to think of a Christmas party when it's 95 degrees outside, I think. And we do have a special guest that came by and talking about Christmas. This tied in because she was talking about having a Christmas party, potential Christmas party fundraiser. So give us just a minute, and we would like to share a special surprise guest with you.
Subscribe to the Douglas Democrats YouTube channel now.